It's time for Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, the law offices of Owen Seaman, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek, Bush Brothers Car Care, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, and A-Boss Opticians. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show.
Hello and good evening. Welcome everyone to another presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We apologize for the delay in getting to our coverage, but we join the Wolverines of Woodland Hills and the Cavaliers from the Kiski area here. Just a few seconds into the first quarter, and a first down and 15 there, clogged up in the middle by the Wolverines. And was it a fumble? It was. The ball jarred loose, and I believe the Wolverines have recovered. So a big turnover to start the game, and they'll start off the offense with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of Kiski area. Hi everyone, I'm Vince Russo with Eric Schooley to my right. We are braving the cold tonight. We're outside tonight, partner. It should be a really good one here, a non-conference matchup. Cavaliers 3-3 on the season, 2-3 in the Northern Conference. Woodland Hills still looking for that first victory of the season. They'll start it off here with a deep pass on first down to the end zone. That one almost corralled, but out of the hands of Tariq Scipio. Wasn't able to haul that one in. Wolverines enter this contest 0-6 on the season, 0-5 in conference play. They're looking for that first elusive victory of the season here at Richard J. Dilts Field in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania. Their last 3 contests, they've lost by just a combined 8 points, Eric, so they're getting oh so close.
Yeah, some very heartbreaking losses for the Wolverines. I like the call there, going for the end zone right away, being aggressive. Falls incomplete, but Wolverines still have a great chance here at the 25.
Pretty out of character, keeping them on their toes. Now it's a quarterback, Deontay Williams, cutting it to the right, and he is gone. No one going to catch him. That will be a 25-yard touchdown on 2nd and 10. And less than a minute in, Wolverines convert a turnover into 6. They lead here early.
Yeah, no surprise there, Vince. Deontay Williams has shown his ability running the football, throwing the football, and great right there. Take a quick look at the instant replay. Great job by Deontay Williams, using his vision to just make a nice cut and just go right beyond those Cavaliers and basically walking in the end zone in the end, relatively untouched.
So they'll go for 2 here. They've had issues in the kicking game. William Clark to the right. He's able to get through a couple would-be tacklers. He dives into the end zone, and that will make it 8-0 here early on. Again, just 23 seconds into action, and 8 on the board. Kiski area spots Woodland Hills early points after the turnover.
Yeah, great start for Woodland Hills there, able to get into the end zone quick. After the pass attempt fell incomplete, just a nice job by Deontay Williams, taking it himself and going right into the end zone. And then, like the call going for 2, the Wolverines have had some kicking struggles so far this year, but they are aggressive and give the ball to William Clark. He powers his way in for 2, 8-0 Wolverines.
Now, one of the things we've heard this week for the Wolverines is that the line, a place where they might be able to break through and have some success. They've been running the ball exceptionally well. That pays off there with a 25-yard score. But a lot of talk. Kiski, a good team this year, a physical team, but a little undersized, Eric. Not a lot of size on the line. So we'll see if the Wolverines continue to bully there. We saw in the trenches, they caused the turnover at the line of scrimmage after a big stuff there on first down, and then they come back just 2 plays later and pounce 25 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, a very encouraging start for Woodland Hills on both sides of the ball. Defense gets a great turnover, and the offense turns that turnover into points.
And so Wolverines set to kick this one off with an 8-point lead here early in the game. A beautiful night for some football in the mid-50s. This one, the low roller. It'll be taken near the 30-yard line. The up man will take it forward. He's tackled over the 40-yard line. Looks like he'll get to around the 42-yard line. And so great field position to start here for the Kiski Area Cavaliers, who, as I said, enter in 3-3 on the season, 2-3 in their respective conference. They're coming off a 21-17 win over Hampton, where they needed to hang on a last-second defensive stand. But a big loss tonight. Kenneth Blake, their star running back, had 26 carries, 172 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He is out tonight, so the Cavaliers will have to look for a different source, as he provided all 3 of their scores last week. A first down run here by the quarterback up over midfield. The ball comes loose again, but they're going to mark him down. And so the run there by number 15, Labert Smith, the freshman quarterback, 6'2", 160 pounds. He's been getting the bulk of the workload at QB, the true freshman. And so it'll be second and short now. They cross just over midfield into Wolverines territory with a good quarterback keeper there. And so they'll set up shop on a 2nd and 1 out of the gun. 1 side card to the right, 4 receivers, 3 to the left. This one snapped, fakes the pass. He's going to run, is able to evade 1 tackler and gets hit hard around the 45, and he's dragged down back around midfield. Coming up and laying the big boom there, the defensive lineman, number 76, and that's Jeremy Thomas, the senior.
Yeah, great job by Jeremy Thomas there at the end. Unfortunately, first down was already converted by Kiski, but nice job wrapping up there. Good thing you didn't see a flag. It was close, but just a nice hard wrap up and tackle there by Thomas, the senior tackle.
Whistle had blown, but a good continuation of the play. Nothing that seemed malicious. And so the Wolverines trying to be physical down there on the line. They'll get a push here, but the pass is off. A beautiful ball over the top. 1 hand out. Tried to corral it in, but that's no good. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Jason Baker needed to get 2 hands on it. Was only able to get 1. Good coverage there by the Wolverines. Secondary comes up big. They've had their issues this season, Eric, but a nice defensive play there, step for step with the receiver.
Yeah, Jason Baker, a big 6'8" junior target for the Cavaliers, and he's a tough guy to cover, but great job by the Wolverines to stay with him and not let that pass be completed.
So we're still early in this one. 10-14 left here in our opening frame. Non-conference action in WPIL 5A football. Woodland Hills with a 25-yard run. 2-point conversion. We stand at 8-0 and a flag on the field. See what the call is.
Hard count and a markup.
It appears the hard count got the Wolverines. That'll be a 5-yard penalty for being a little too eager on the defensive side of the ball. So it'll be 2nd and 5, ball at the 41-yard line now of Woodland Hills. Kiski Area trying to respond. And so they will go to work here in enemy territory. A 2nd down and 5. Play clock rolls under 15 seconds. Ball snapped, running back gets it up through the left. He's able to find a little bit of running room, but not too much. Looks like he got a pair there, 2 yards on the carry.
Nice job there by Woodland Hills clogging up that hole. After they jump offside, they're able to limit the Cavaliers to very, very little yardage there to make it tough here on this 3rd down.
And so Luke Lander, the senior slot back, who's listed as 5'9", 190 pounds, unable to muscle his way through that Woodland Hills defensive line. And so now the Wolverines have forced 3rd down. See if they can't get that defense off the field. Put that dynamic offense back on. Back to pass, pressure coming. They have the quarterback wrapped up. He gets away, and then a big hit. Rodney Stubbs able to take down the quarterback from behind. And that should bring out the punt team. Quarterback a little slow to get up there. So Smith takes the big hit, and indeed the punt team will come out as the clock rolls down towards 9 minutes here. So a good defensive stand there by Woodland Hills. They bend, don't break, and they should be able to flip the field position here, hopefully with a good return.
Great job by defensive line. They're getting penetration and finishing the play, getting the sack.
Good pressure. That kick almost blocked. Now a call to get it away. Did they stop that one before it got into the end zone? It will be a touchback. Looked like the heels were on the line there. Cavaliers almost got to that one. Really would have kept Woodland Hills backed up towards their own end zone, but a lucky lucky toe tap there. The toes on the line, and so Wolverines will have it at the 20-yard line to start this offensive possession.
Yeah, just a great punt there from Kiski. A little too much of a roll. Although, you know, if it would have been played a little different, would have been able to keep that on the 1-yard line. But luckily for the Wolverines, it comes out for a touchback.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
And so Woodland Hills takes over. First down and 10 at their own 20. They try and go with the hard count. Cavaliers don't fall for it. Clark gets a run to the right. He's got room. He gets a first down and more. He's up towards the 40-yard line. He steps out of bounds. We'll see where he's marked out. He needed 10, got at least 15. And they will. They'll put it right at the 35-yard line. So a 15-yard run on first down and 10. And Eric, you talk about players that have really been finding their gear. Got to talk about William Clark. 468 yards in his past 3 games, an average of 156 per game, over 600 yards on the season. This guy is simply balling out.
Yeah, he is the horse for the Wolverines. They love to go to him. He can do so much for the Woodland Hills running game.
This time the ball carrier is the slot back, Armani Bailey. And Bailey wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Bailey elusive, but had no chance there. Good penetration there by the Cavaliers defensive line. And so it'll create a second and long situation at the Wolverines' own 32-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Matthew Hilsey broke off his block there from William Clark and was able to make a nice hit there on Bailey to contain him.
Shotgun snap. They'll look to pass. Williams out to the left. Or the right, rather, is able to get that one off and complete it. But there is some laundry on the field. Perkins with the grab there. It was a moderate gain. We'll see if that was a holding call. Usually the laundry's back in the backfield. That's what happens. And indeed, it will be a holding call against the Wolverines. And so that will negate the moderate gain there by Perkins and push the ball back further for the Wolverines. And so it'll be second and long once again.
I was holding out hope, Vince, that it might be a roughing the passer on Mason Bennett as he came through and a late shove on Deontay Williams. It was close. I think it looked a little bit late after the ball was released, but unfortunately for the Wolverines, they have a second and very long after the holding.
Actually, second and 26.
So they're at the 19. They've got to get to the 45, so you do the math. Second and quite long. They roll out. They'll pass this one again. Bailey wide open. He corrals that one, gets away from a tackler, makes a few miss. He's up over the 40, over the 45, and out at around the 46-yard line.
Great play by Deontay Williams. You know, it looked a lot like last week when he was able to convert a 3rd and long on a very similar pass there. As he's rolling out, he finds his open man, and Armani Bailey doing the rest to get the first down. He breaks a tackle, and then after the broken tackle, makes a very nice move, stays in bounds, gets the first down for the Wolverines.
He needed 26. He got 28. A long completion there by Williams, who's throwing the ball well here early. Almost connected with Tariq Scipio on a touchdown on the last drive. And they'll have first down to work with once again. Williams flushed out of the pocket. He's going to maneuver his way towards the sidelines. He's going to take off now, pulls the ball down to run. He was wrapped up towards the head area. We'll see if that was a face mask or a horse collar. A flag does come out around midfield. See what the indication is from our officials here. Conversation going on around midfield. Now they'll get to the call. And it will be a personal foul against the defense. And so march the ball forward even more for the Wolverines. And Eric, this offense is cooking here early, but the Cavaliers are certainly doing their part. The defense helping out the offense once again.
Yeah, you know, if Deontay Williams throws the ball away there, that probably doesn't happen. And he's able to maybe get a yard or so, and plus the face mask, which is huge for the Wolverines, moving them inside the 40.
Ball now spotted at the 38-yard line. Again, it's first down and 10, but some movement there early. Offensive lineman jumps, so tack 5 off of that. And looked as if the guilty party, Thomas Sheard, the 6'4 senior.
These pre-snap penalties have been a problem for the Wolverines all year. Hopefully they can limit that tonight. That's a couple already. Hopefully we don't see too many more from that line.
First and 15.
Was an issue last week, and part of that being that the line has had some moving parts throughout the season, some injuries, guys getting back into the flow of things. But hopefully now moving forward, the team is able to find that consistency. And so far, other than that 5 yards, so good. They've been moving the ball with relative ease and giving Williams some time to make some things happen. And I appreciate that even whenever he's flushed out of the pocket, you see the linemen still looking. Who can they get in front of? Who can they block? They'll hand it off here. Clark is able to find a little bit of running room, gets away from a few tacklers. He's down inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out right at the 20. And so a 23-yard run again. That offensive line opening the holes, and the backs are gashing through right now as they are into the red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just a great run by William Clark. Looked like he might be taken down in the backfield there, but he's able to make something out of nothing big time as we move to the 20-yard line. You know, when you talk about that line, Vince, you got to mention Keyshawn Frazier stepping in for Jameer Ulmer. He has played a lot of center in Jameer Ulmer's absence due to injury, so great job, Keyshawn Frazier at center.
Another flag here and another false start on the offense. So a little give, a little take. They open up the holes, allow the running backs to get great gains, but still some issues with the false starts. And so it'll be first down and 15. That'll back them up to the 25, where they scored on a Deontay Williams run on the last drive. See if they have similar success here with just over 7 minutes left in our opening quarter of play here on the Woodland Hills Football Network, Trib Live High School Sports Network. Williams back to pass, has a man over the middle, and it's right through the hands of Scipio. Unable to corral that one, so it will be second and 15. But he had him. Good ball, got away, had a little separation there, but just unable to wrap the hands around that one.
Yeah, I like the thought, though. I like to see the Wolverines going over the middle there, just right through the hands of Scipio. Maybe wasn't expecting it quite there. Good ball by Williams, though, but I think Scipio would love to have that back.
We have an officials timeout. And so coaching staff led by Tim Bossard gets an opportunity to talk things over with Deontay Williams, get the play in. William Clark also heading over to get some instruction from the coaching staff. And so see what they draw up here on second and 15. And if I'm the coaching staff, I give the ball back to Clark. For a guy that has 600 yards in the young season and has been blowing things up here already, another golden opportunity for him to have a big day against a Kiski Area team that graduated 17 seniors last year.
Okay, back to the action.
Now you basically got 3 chances to get this yardage, so you got to go to Clark at least one of those times, I would think, with how he's been running the ball tonight.
And it will be Clark that gets it, a misdirection play there. He's able to break free inside the 20, and he stood up around the 16-yard line. And so that'll be a gain of about 9 yards there. Another solid run on second down will create a third and manageable and what perhaps will be 4-down territory. They didn't go with the kicker, Garrett Matique, on the point after attempt. instead electing to go for 2 after last week's contest where it was an extra point that made the difference. West Allegheny beating the Wolverines in overtime 21-20. Again, this is a Wolverines team that has come oh so close the last 3 weeks. They'll go to the air here on 3rd down. Williams able to break away from a few. He scrambles, gets past the line of scrimmage, flips over a defender, and the ball is loose, and it is recovered by the Cavaliers. Williams did not have enough for the first down, but it would have created a 4th and short. Williams went to the air to try and get the first down, and as he came down, the ball came out. And so now the officials having a conversation over on the sideline, and the official designation now coming out that it will be Cavaliers ball. But one positive, they are pinned back deep in their own territory. They'll take over just past the 10-yard line. Ball will be placed at the 14.
Yeah, tough break. Deontay Williams was able to break away from that sack, did a great job as he emerged from all the Kiski Cavaliers defenders in the backfield, but unfortunately ends in a fumble. Now the defense has to do their thing and get this ball back in the offense hands.
So both teams with a fumble here early in the first quarter. The handoff here, the pile moves forward. That will be a gain of about 4 yards. As it looks like number 35 on the carry for the Cavaliers, and so that is Peyton McCann, who was listed in the Trib Live High School Sports Network preview for the Cavaliers as a leader on the team coming into this season. He had 201 yards on 57 carries last season, did not find his way into the end zone. But now with Kenny Blake out this week, factors into the offense just a little bit more. So after the 5-yard run, 2nd down and 5, they'll give it to him once again, but nothing going there. Looks like he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. It'll be 3rd down and 5. See if the Wolverines can't quickly get a stop here. Get that offense back on the field.
Great job of tackling there by the Wolverines. Rodney Stubbs coming in at the end, making sure they were not able to slip out for more yardage and just lowering the boom there on the Cavaliers. Great job by linebacker Rodney Stubbs.
Let's make it 3rd down. That was a loss of 1.
And so here we go. It'll be 3rd down. And what's listed is officially 6. The ball at the 18-yard line. Quarterback back to pass, evades a couple would-be tacklers, and now he is walloped by a crew of Wolverines, including Stubbs once again. That's his 2nd sack of the night as he gets up, gives the alligator arms, and the punt team will come out once again. So crisis averted. The turnover costly for the Wolverines, but doesn't result in any points, so they'll get the ball back with the 8-0 lead intact.
And I hope the offense can pick up where they left off. Other than the fumble, they were moving the ball again. So we'll see if Armani Bailey is able to track this punt down after the first beautiful punt by Kiski.
His toes are right around midfield. Another long and beautiful punt. He fair catches this one. A nice grab at around the 47-yard line. And so Woodland Hills will have the ball right around midfield as they set back up on offense. Wolverines with the white uniforms, the black pants, the turquoise helmets, the black stripes. Kiski Area tonight in an all blue garb with the Vegas gold numbers, those shiny blue helmets.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
So we see the lights a little earlier tonight. It's that time of year. Things getting a little chillier. The sun goes down a little quicker, and Eric, it feels like football weather.
Oh, it certainly does after the first several weeks of the heat that we've been dealing with. This is more like what we're used to.
Going deep, Bailey lost his footing again. Wolverines had a man open, and it was a nice ball by Williams, maybe a little overthrown, but Armani Bailey just unable to keep up with it. And so it'll be second down again. Following an early script here, Wolverines trying to air it out on first down.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I like the aggressive calls here, getting the ball in the air, using your sophomore quarterback Deontay Williams, who's a threat through the air and on the ground. Why not when you got as many speedy receivers as the Wolverines do?
So second down and 10, ball officially spotted at the 48-yard line. Deontay Williams takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's able to get away from a couple Cavaliers, but they will corral him and bring him to the turf at about the 49-yard line. And wow, Cavalier got absolutely blasted on that play. He comes up limping, and that was number 53, Liam Booker, the junior. Just got thrown backwards by the Wolverines blocking squad there. Just goes to show the push the Wolverines are getting here early.
Yeah, he is hurting as he stays out there on the field, but you can tell he's not 100% after that hit. So see if the Wolverines go right at him here, or on a third down, really a passing down. But we'll see what the Wolverines opt to do, as they've had success through the air and on the ground.
Williams is back to pass, has a little bit of time. He's going to air this one out long. He has a man, and again, it's just overthrown. They had two receivers open there. The ball was going for Bailey. Oh, so close to the home run hit there. But the punt team will come out for the first time tonight for the Wolverines, and if they play their cards right, they might be able to pin the Cavaliers back once again.
Yeah, Deontay Williams there just had the right idea. He handled the pressure so well. He didn't panic as Kiski, coming on the blitz. I think you're going to see that a lot tonight, because that's how they feel they're going to be able to beat Woodland Hills, by pressuring Williams. But very poised back there, just a little overthrown.
Short punt there. There was a good bit of pressure. If I'm Williams, he got touched there. He should have went down. Probably could have drawn the flag, but nonetheless, punt goes down to the 20-yard line, so the Cavaliers will have a long field to traverse ahead once again. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left here in our first quarter of action. A non-conference matchup tonight between your Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Kiski Cavaliers here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa. Once again, Vince Russo filling in for Adam Guskey, or Shuley to my right, on a cool night here in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania. Cavaliers will go to work with the ball, first down and 10 at the 20-yard line, and that will be likely a false start there. Seemed like the play was a little disjointed, not everyone on the same page. So expect the Cavaliers to march back 5 more. It'll be first and 15 at the 15.
Yeah, good chance for the defense to do what they have been doing all night so far, really bottling up the Cavaliers and force them to maybe punt back from their own end zone again.
Cavaliers have not been able to get anything rolling here offensively early in this contest. Good push by the Wolverines, who already have 2 sacks here in the early going. Rodney Stubbs getting great pressure from the linebacker position. And again, it looks like the Wolverines showing blitz. They'll bring it. Time to throw. Cavaliers back. They have a man open, and it's a drop right through the hands of the receiver. And that was McCann.
Yeah, that was a nice ball by Smith there. He put it just about where it had to be. I don't think it could have been any better, but Wolverines closing in at the last second. May have had something to do with that, but nonetheless, Wolverines dodge a bullet, and it'll move to second down here.
Second and 15. Wolverines, as we said, coming off a narrow 1-point loss against West Allegheny. Looking back through the schedule, last 3 contests, they have been just so close. A 3-point loss to Baldwin, a 4-point loss to Upper St. Clair. So that margin keeps going down, and see what they can do here. Again, a sack in the backfield. And I believe again, no, this time it's Clark. I thought it was Stubbs again, but Clark going 2 ways. He's had some big runs tonight, prevents one there with a big sack, and they'll move that ball backwards. But Eric, as I was saying, that margin keeps going down. You can't lose by any less than one, so that must mean if the trend continues, we're seeing a victory tonight.
You certainly hope you're right about that, Vince. The Wolverines have been playing their hearts out week after week, putting in so much effort, just coming up short. They could so easily be 4-2 or even 5-1 at this point in the season. Just some bad breaks, just haven't been able to get things going their way near the end of games or second half of games, really. But hopefully tonight you see that W.
So on 3rd and long, they'll air it out. A deep ball over the middle. The defense has it tracked, and the interception basically equivalent to a punt and a decent return. They'll get the ball in Kiski area territory at around the 40-yard line. Coming up with the big
William Chamberlain, I think,
is William Chamberlain.
Yeah,
Second straight game with an interception.
Definitely hard to see for us, Vince, right now. But
it certainly is, partner.
You got to catch a glimpse of that number, and William Chamberlain doing a good job so far for the Wolverines so far in the secondary this year, and tracking another one down. Big pick.
Has been a much-needed boost here, has continued to play better and better as weeks have gone on. As the Wolverines try to crowd up to the line of scrimmage, we have a timeout on the field.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities.
It appears the chain gang was still getting set on the sideline, so now we're ready to go. The ball officially spotted at the 1-yard line. They'll hand it off here and stopped towards the line of scrimmage. A big hit there. And going nowhere was Zachary Threats. His first carry of the night results in about a 1-yard gain down to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, keeping the Cavaliers on their toes there with the I formation bringing out their first time. I think we've seen that tonight from the Wolverines. I don't know if we're going to be seeing much more of it after that play.
So again, they'll go with one receiver to each side, one lone setback. They'll toss it here to the right, and Talon Brooks getting stood up. So the Cavaliers defense rising to the occasion on 2 straight plays, and now it will be 3rd down at about 12 after a 3-yard loss back to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Wolverines look to Threats there. Talon Brooks, two very talented players for the Wolverines. Threats a senior, Brooks a junior, but neither one of them could get much going there. It looked like the line had trouble opening up some holes for them too, but opportunity here on 3rd down long.
See what happens here. A broken play. Williams able to spin away. He throws downfield. He gets walloped. A huge hit, and he is down. Coach Bostard wants the penalty for a late hit on the quarterback. Cavaliers are motioning as if the upcoming penalty will be against the Wolverines, a holding call, and that is what it will be. So Mason Bennett, the senior, had some inside information on that one. And so the punt team will come out, see if they can pin the Cavaliers deep once again, as it will now be 4th down and 12. So the Wolverines unable to take advantage of the good field position, but we'll see if they are able to continue to lead that field position game as they lead this contest overall by a score of 8-0. If you missed it, the scoring coming off of a 25-yard Deontay Williams run. The 2-point conversion converted by William Clark. Kick is off, and another really short punt. They're going to get to this one because it looks like it's going to, well, it looked like it was going to bounce backwards, had a weird backspin on it, but it takes a fortuitous bounce about 4 yards for the Wolverines, and so still not terrible. Cavaliers will have it, though, at about the 27-yard line.
16-yard punt, no return.
So a 16-yard punt there with no return.
Certainly hope the defense can keep up what they've been doing here after offense not able to get much going there as they go back to under center there and having more success out of the shotgun and the pistol, but they try and doing a little experimenting under the I formation. Didn't work out too well, but the defense has been great for them so far, so hopefully they can keep it up, get this ball back for the Wolverines.
Coach Sam Albert and company will take a timeout here on 1st down and 10 at the 37-yard line. Want to think things over here as they start yet another drive here on the offensive side of things. 50 seconds left here in the first, and while we have a moment, I want to give a huge shout out to our crew. Really an odd set of circumstances tonight with
certainly
equipment ending up in the wrong places and things, adversity coming as it may, but everyone kept calm, carried on, set up, and we're here. Everything's going well thus far. Hey, Joe Slick behind the camera getting our hopefully better side if there is such a thing. And so we're having fun out here. Not too often we get to stand outside, enjoy the weather here in Western Pennsylvania. Early autumn here. Happy early autumn to everyone out there tonight as the Wolverines here. What have you seen so far that you've liked, Eric? I
like the defense so far. Yeah, the offense has definitely been moving the ball. That has been something we have seen the past several weeks, but the defense still has had their struggles. But tonight, they've been great so far through this first quarter, and hopefully they can keep it up the rest of the half and through the end of the game.
So far, pitching a shutout, up 8-0 here, as we'll resume play after the timeout. Kiski Area using its first. And so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. They'll run it to the right. The option pitch. McCann has a bit of running room, but good tackling there. They're able to wrap up quickly, and so it'll just be a gain of 3. It looked like McCann had a lot of room to work with, but good closing speed by that Wolverines defense.
Yeah, it was a great job by Woodland Hills there. It looked like could be trouble once Smith got that pitch off, but great job by Wolverine defense to close in and end that play quickly.
So 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line, and what is likely to be the last play of the first quarter here. See what the Cavaliers draw up. They put a lineman in motion. They'll finally get set here. And the snap bobble dropped. The quarterback, did he get back to it? It looked like the Cavaliers were able to jump on it quickly, and they did. But nonetheless, another broken play for the Cavaliers will end the first quarter on that note. When we come back for second quarter action, it'll be a 3rd and long overall, but Smith just mishandled the snap there.
Yeah, he certainly did. It didn't look like there was anything wrong with the snap from our angle, but a great effort to get back on that ball as you saw several Wolverines closing in quickly, swarming to that ball, but somehow the freshman Smith was able to come up with that.
And so first period of action in the books, an 8-0 score here. Wolverines benefiting from a 25-yard Deontay Williams run that was set up by a fumble on the first possession. Wolverines defense, as you said, Eric, has been flocking to the ball, making things difficult for the Cavaliers. They have a shutout 25% of the way through this one. William Clark was able to punctuate that drive with a 2-point conversion with a sweep out to the right. And that's where we stand here at the moment. And so we're getting ready to resume play in the second quarter. And so, Eric, they've dominated in the trenches. What are you seeing thus far down there on the field?
I love the pressure the Wolverines have been able to get. You got a freshman quarterback out there, Smith, for the Cavaliers, and that's what you got to do. You got to get him frustrated. You got to get him nervous back there playing varsity football as a freshman. While that is impressive, defensive line has to take advantage of that.
Certainly hasn't had a lot of time to throw tonight. He'll try and go to the air here on 3rd down and long. Rolls to the right. Not a whole lot of room. Gets rid of it late. That ball tips, though. And once again, the Wolverines defense stands tall. And again, Cavaliers punting from deep within their own territory.
for the blue shirts.
We'll see if Armani Bailey can break one here. The Wolverines have one thing in great abundance. It's athletes, and those that can turn on the Jets, and Bailey, no different. We've seen him, when he gets the ball in open space, really be able to make some special things happen.
Yeah, he is a hard guy to tackle and to track down, that's for sure. So if he's able to get up to his acceleration and go at his full speed, he is tough to catch, and we'll see if he's able to make a play out of this one.
And so the punt is off. This one trailing past midfield. It takes a Wolverines bounce, and Kiski Area, just looking at it, took them a while to get to it. And so once again, the Wolverines with almost identical starting field position to the last drive. They'll have it right around midfield. I believe this one will be downed as we see the official march forward around the 47, 48-yard line once again. And so a short field for the Wolverines. See if they keep it on the ground here or continue with the trend on all but one of their drives of going deep on first down.
Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seaman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit OwenTheLawyer.com. A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
Yeah, we'll see what the Wolverines do with these threats they got out there. You see Jeffrey Williams out there in the slot right now. He is very dangerous when he has the ball in his hand, so we'll see if the Wolverines try and get it to him.
He'll go in motion here. They'll fake the jet sweep, misdirection to the right. That's Bailey, the return man, and the slot back, able to get a decent gain there on first down.
Now you'll take that every time there, Vince. Nice job by Armani Bailey. Looked like he might be off to the races there for a second if he was able to slip through one more hole, but nice job by Kiski to contain him and only let him get about 5 on that.
As our dear friend Adam Guskey always says, 4 yards on first down is a win.
We sure have heard that before. That is right, Vince.
And so second down, 6 yards to go. Wolverines at the 48-yard line of the Cavaliers, and they'll get pushed backwards here. A nice tackle there on the play. Bailey stood up. And so that'll be Braden Dunmeyer, a sophomore, 6'2", 195 pounds. He lays the boom, and so once again, Wolverines find themselves in a third down and moderate. They've done a good job of giving themselves chances to convert here. See if they can cash in this time, keep this drive going, keep that defense off the field, give them a chance to catch their breath after a great performance here early. They'll go to the air here, and again, just unable to connect. Jeffrey Williams was open, streaming around that first down marker, but the ball just a bit too far.
Yeah, I think Williams rushed that throw just a bit. He had Williams, who had the separation. He had him open. Could have been a first down if he was able to get it to him, but unfortunately the ball is going to fall incomplete for the Wolverines, and they will have to punt again.
And again, Deontay Williams goes from quarterback to punter. As his heels back at about the 40-yard line, he hesitates, lets this one go. A beautiful punt. This one will trail out of bounds somewhere between the 20 and 30. They'll mark it right out at the 25-yard line. So a punt of around 23 yards once again. So far, everything this Wolverines defense has touched has turned to gold. See if they keep that up here. Just over 10 minutes left in the half. Low-scoring contest between these two teams early. Kiski Area not unaccustomed to that. They lost a 7-3 decision to the defending state champion Penn Hills Indians just a few weeks ago. even last week, just a 21-17 decision in a victory over Hampton. They'll go with the run here on first down, and again, going nowhere. Ball carrier taken down quickly. In on the tackle for the Wolverines, it looks like it's the big defensive lineman, Julius Brown.
Yeah, Julius Brown, the junior defensive tackle for the Wolverines. Nice job of wrapping up there for the defense. Not letting them get anywhere on first down. That's a key to win those first downs.
So second down and 10 yards to go after the net gain of 0 on first down. So a slot back, motions to the right, a broken play there. Didn't seem like everyone was on the same page. Now with room to work with, it's Smith. He'll take off, tries to make a man miss. He gets up over the 30, and he is stood up by a trio of Wolverines, and he'll be tossed out just over top of the 30-yard line. Looks like the 31-yard line. And so we'll bring up third down rather at about 4.
That is when the Wolverines' speed on defense is huge, because Smith looked over and saw nobody there, and then after he just ran a couple yards, you saw several Wolverines emerge on him, including Tariq Scipio, Armani Bailey, Savon Givner, all getting over there quickly to make sure he did not get a first down.
Givner with a nice shove there, and so third down upcoming for the Cavaliers. They have not been able to convert one yet. They have the ball at the 31-yard line. They'll run the quarterback sweep to the right, and nothing going. Once again, Stubbs motioning backwards, because that's where those plays have been going. So again, punt team coming out onto the field. Armani Bailey back once again around the 40-yard line. And we'll see if the Wolverines can get that offense back in motion. They had things cooking real well. An early touchdown run by Deontay Williams. Another drive that got them down into the red zone, but a costly fumble as Deontay Williams leaped over a defender. And they just haven't been able to get things rolling in the 2 drives since. But they'll get the ball back with just under 8 minutes here. They'll run into the puncher, and the flag will come out. So it appears the drive may continue here.
Yeah, tough break for the Wolverines there. A nice acting job done there by Kiski. Looked like there was some contact, but, you know, in a situation like that, I think you probably want to hold the flag unless it's a roughing. This should be running into, but we'll see.
So sophomore Cody Dykes run into there on the play. You know, that's tough, Eric, and I agree with you. You know, and I even suggested the Wolverines do it on the other end. You see a little bit of embellishment from time to time, but it's one of those things where you get your hand caught in the cookie jar, you open yourself up to the opportunity of that happening, and they're going to call it.
Yes.
10 times out of 10.
Exactly, Vince. You know, the defense has been playing so well. There's really no point in even I like the aggressiveness in trying to block the punt, but you don't want to give Kiski anything right now. You know, you're doing so well on defense. Don't give them any free first downs, you know, especially not in a way like that. This could motivate the Cavaliers, and hopefully the defense is able to slam the door shut on this hope that the Cavaliers have here after that penalty on the Wolverines.
The officials a bit confused on what's going on, and it appears everyone here at Kiski Area is a little confused. It's just now they're switching everything to first down and 10. Ball be placed at around the 35-yard line. And again, first down. Cavaliers with a run up the gut. They'll get a couple, but nothing more. Another good tackle there by the defensive unit for the Wolverines. So it'll be second and about 8, ball marked at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, you know, when you talk about this defense, you know, they're also playing without one of their best players in Joshua Rawlings, you know, the D1 Virginia recruit. Not on the offensive or defensive side of the ball as he misses his second game in a row for the Wolverines. A tough loss for Woody High. You want to certainly see him stay healthy for his future. But, you know, the defense has to step up here without Joshua Rawlings on the edge.
So second down and long. Cavaliers will hand this one off to the right. And for the first time tonight, they've got some running room. And they'll get the ball up towards that first down marker as Luke Lander able to get up over the right side. He needed 9. It looks like he got 8, so it'll be third down and 1. And now we will really see that battle in the trenches. Cavaliers like to go north to south with things. We'll see if they keep it on the ground here or decide to open things up on what is a 3rd down and 1 at the 45-yard line. 6 minutes and change left here in the first half. Wolverines clinging to a 1-point lead. The run broken up over the middle, and it's Lander once again over the right side, and he's able to get to around the 47-yard line, and so he needed 1, ends up with 8, and that will move the chains for the first time tonight for the Cavaliers. You have to wonder if that defense is feeling just a little bit fatigued after the Wolverines offense has sort of gone radio silent here in the second quarter.
Yeah, the offense is a couple 3-and-outs, haven't been able to stay on the field, and the defense has had to be out there a lot. They have made a lot of great plays and contained Kiski, but, after that penalty, look what's happening. That's why you cannot do that.
Ball is loose once again, and a big stand-up there. William Clark lays the boom. And another miscommunication there by the Cavaliers offense. And the freshman Smith has to dive back onto the ball. Will create a 2nd and long situation as we continue to wind down towards halftime.
Yeah, it just took a nice bounce there for Smith as it bounced right back to him, and he was able to recover that again for Kiski. 2 recovered fumbles by Smith, so they've been able to keep hold of possession those couple times, and that one was key there as they moved the ball over midfield.
And so a run on 2nd down over the right side. They find a little bit of room again with Lander. Has been the one weapon for the Cavaliers that's been working thus far, and so he gets a gain of what looks to be about 4 yards. We'll bring up 3rd and long from around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Lander's got the fresh legs. He hasn't had too many carries to this point in the game, but he's been the success that they have had as of recent. So, this tired defense has had a tough time tracking him down.
And so it is 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 45-yard line. Wolverines looking for another stop. The run is out to the right. They'll keep it with Lander. Lander wrapped up by a bunch of Wolverines, and they'll stand him up after a very short gain. And now decision-making time with the ball in enemy territory for the first time tonight. Cavaliers going to elect to bring out the punt team after all in a 1-possession game. See if they can't pin the Wolverines deep. They almost did on that first drive and that first punt. They were able to get it down to the 1-yard line, but the Cavaliers player had his toes on the goal line, and so it was a touchback. But we'll see if the sophomore Dykes can pin them deep here. High snap, he's able to grab it. He'll get this one off. That one trails towards the 10. No one's back there, and it will trickle into the end zone.
Flag came down late there, and you see some frustrated Wolverines, Vince. That's not a good sign, certainly because the punt went rolling into the end zone, and you just can't do that if you're the Wolverines. There's no reason. No blocking. You should not be blocking in the back or holding on something like that.
Officials having a conference at around the 30-yard line. See what the determination is. Flag thrown at about the 25-yard line. Now we'll hear from the official. It appears it'll be a personal foul against the Wolverines, and so that will march them back. The good news is the offense will stay on the field once for this time after the running into the punter gave them some new life. This time it's just a half the distance to the goal kind of penalty, as we'll see the officials mark it off. And so Wolverines will have the ball a long way to go. They'll start at their own 10-yard line with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left here in our opening half of play. A windy, brisk night here in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412 241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
We're officially into fall. Wolverines hoping that brings the first victory of the season. A low snap. Williams able to get away from a few. He goes and takes off, is able to spin away from a few defenders. He's up over the 20, up towards the 30, and a flag comes out late. We'll see what that's all about. Looked like maybe a face mask, but Williams, a great job once again. The pocket collapses around him, and he takes off.
Yeah, he is so dangerous, Vince. Deontay Williams, a quarterback for the Wolverines, a sophomore, very talented sophomore, just making something out of nothing there. I don't like to see where the offense is right now. I don't know. Looks like they're going backwards. We'll see what the call is. I would think when they, you're right, Vince, I think it would have to be a face mask as to when they threw the flag.
It appeared the flag was thrown towards the vicinity where Williams was near the takedown. Officials are still figuring everything out. Now we'll get the official call. Looks like a holding penalty against the defense. And so march off some more yardage. And so a quick flip of the field. It was first down at their own 10. Now they're at the 39-yard line after a net gain of 29. Williams does most of the work with his legs, but a holding call against the Cavaliers tacks on a few more.
4 minutes left.
And so with 4 minutes left here in the first half, Wolverines looking to add on to an 8-0 lead. Misdirection play, it's Clark. Clark with a big run up over the middle, and he is going to get away from everyone. William Clark inside the 10 and gone. A 61-yard run. He goes coast to coast, and he takes it to the house.
Looks like Wolverines are coming back, and there's a flag. Whistles on the field, and it looks like they're going to call this touchdown back, and I don't know why Woodland Hills has had to deal with that for years. Bad calls on long touchdown plays like that, and, you know, we'll have to take a look at the replay, I guess, and see what could have been called, but just a shame there as William Clark puts through such a great individual effort to take that ball to the house, and unfortunately, Woodland Hills gets it called back for a interesting holding call there.
So not so fast. The habeas grabus against the Wolverines will march things back. But overall, still a net gain of 2. It'll be first down and 8 for the Wolverines. So trying to look on the bright side of things, but
they got something out of it, right?
Undoubtedly disappointing after a great run by William Clark. So they'll reset here at the 41-yard line. And now it's back to pass. Another flag coming out quickly, and another long play that appears like it might come back. And streaking down the sidelines, momentarily, it looked like another touchdown, but again,
yeah, you know, Vince, it gets pretty frustrating at this point when they 2 touchdowns in a row by Woodland Hills, and a great call by Woodland Hills to go for a screen pass there, something you don't see too often from the Wolverines, and they execute it to perfection. But not according to the officials, as another flag will negate another touchdown for the Wolverines.
And this one's a false start penalty.
Not sure why that play wasn't blown dead then, if it was a false start, right? It's part of the frustration, right, Vince?
Confusing, to say the least. With the Wolverines, if they can do it twice, there's no reason they can't do it thrice. We'll see if they can line up and do it once again. And it'll be first down and about 13 now. We get a timeout call on the field.
I think if you're Kiski, you're got to be pretty happy with what just happened, because you gave up 2 touchdowns in a row, and you're able to dodge both of them to 2 flags thrown by the officials. And you know, it's tough with where we're at right now. We don't have the ability to really look at the replay and see what happened. But if you're Woodland Hills, it's mightily frustrating that you have 2 touchdowns called back like that.
Now the Cavaliers take their second timeout out of 3. Wolverines 2 times in a row get a touchdown called back. And they've had some trouble with the little things this season. A lot of false starts, a lot of issues on the offensive side of the ball, getting things rolling. But one thing that is undoubted is when they get playmakers the ball, some really great things happen.
Oh, exactly, Vince. That's perfectly evident right there. You see William Clark on that beautiful run for a touchdown that got called back. And then, like I said, just a great call to run a screen pass there with your talented junior Taylon Brooks. Takes to the house, but again, called back. You just got to keep pushing through the adversity, and you still got plenty of time to get this ball down the field.
See what they cook up here as it's 1st down and 13 for the Wolverines. They'll march the offense back onto the field after the timeout call by the Cavaliers. And they'll run this one up the gut. Again, finding room. Looks like Brooks. Brooks able to spin away from a few. And he's down the sidelines once again. And Eric, I see you looking around. No flags on the field. This one stands.
Exactly, Vince. That was the first thing I did, unfortunately. That's what you got to do, and things like that happen. The first thing you do is you look for flags. But great job by the Wolverines to rebound after 2 touchdowns being called back, and a big run by Taylon Brooks into Cavalier territory, and they're on the move at the 35.
And so the clock stops with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. Plenty of time for the Wolverines to get the remaining 35 yards to pay dirt. And once again, we'll have a penalty on the offense, a false start. This one on Armani Bailey. It looked like he went into motion at a time where they were about to snap the ball. Yeah, so another 5 yards off. And again, it's those little things. Offense trying to get out of its own way to tack more points on the board. They'll have the ball at the 40-yard line of the Cavaliers here, 1st and 15. And it will be a run with Clark. Clark able to dance away from a few defenders and drags a bit more, and he'll get that yardage back as he'll return to around the original line of scrimmage. They'll spot it 37-yard line, so a gain of 3 yards there. It'll be 2nd down and 12, so he didn't get all the way back, but is able to gain some of that penalty yardage back.
Gain of 3.
Clock dips down to under 3 minutes by the time they go to snap this one. Play clock at 12. Williams surveys the field, now steps in, takes the snap, is able to corral it. He's going to send this one deep, a beautiful ball, and Scipio with a great catch over the shoulder. He'll bring it in inside the 5-yard line, down to the 4, and a beautiful 33-yard gain there by the Wolverines.
Yeah, and that was pretty good coverage by Kiski. That's just a beautiful ball from Deontay Williams, and just a great catch by Tariq Scipio. He's so dangerous over there for Woodland Hills. He's got the speed, he's got some decent size too, and just a great athletic play to get up, make that catch, get his foot down, and get the Wolverines inside the 5.
They've been looking to go his way. They finally connect, and so the ball inside the 5-yard line. Play clock at 5. They snap it. Williams with the misdirection. He'll hand it off, and streaking over towards the end zone is Taylon Brooks, and then very late, a flag comes out at the end of the play. And it'll be a holding on the offense. And interesting to see that one didn't get called until Brooks was already in the end zone.
Yeah, Brooks was well into the end zone, Vince, and then just another 3 touchdowns on this drive getting called back for Woodland Hills. And at this point, it's becoming a bit comical that the refs feel the need to do it again after just so many dominating plays by Woodland Hills on this drive.
Well, as we've said, if they can do it 3 times, they can do it 4. And that's what they'll aim to do here. 3 have been called back by penalty. The Wolverines now at the 13-yard line, 1st and goal. They throw a slant over the middle, and that one in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And so they went and looked for Omari Daniels, and the junior unable to lock that one down.
Yeah, I like the play call. Going across the middle there, Daniels just had a hard time tracking that down. It's going to happen. It was first down. Wolverines still had plenty of time there. But another beautiful ball by Deontay Williams. Right on the money.
And so now it is 2nd and goal. 2:39 left on the clock. The play clock winding down. They'll hand it off to Clark. Clark able to dance away from a few, and he'll get stood up inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark him down right there. So now 3rd down and goal at the 10-yard line.
With a saving tackle.
Take another look at the replay. Clark able to get through a few defenders, but a good tackle there on the play. And the Cavaliers and Brock Wilkins there forcing a 3rd down situation with just over 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
Okay, 3rd down and 10.
Clark spins away. He's down to about the 5-yard line. And so 4th down and decision-making time.
That was Wilkins.
It looks like they'll keep that offense out on the field. Let that clock continue to wind down. Cavaliers will not have a lot to work with regardless of how this play works. We'll see what they draw up here. 4th down and 5, looking to extend this lead. Penalties have been a killer, but they've been able to traverse through it regardless. A broken play. Williams to the right. He's going to get stood up at the 10-yard line. And that play, for all of the good push the line has gotten for the Wolverines, when it mattered most, Kiski cut through like a hot knife through butter that defensive line. Take another look.
Yeah, you know, the Wolverines tried the same play last week on a 4th down and goal situation against West Allegheny. It didn't have any success last week, and Kiski read that one perfectly, and they did the same thing. And you know, it's just so frustrating. You hope the Wolverines can get themselves back together and end this half still 8-0. But, you know, after 3 touchdowns being called back on that drive, it is extremely, extremely demoralizing. But they got to recollect here.
1st down. They'll run the ball up the middle. Handoff goes to Lander once again, who's had some significant headway for the team. And now there's about a minute left in the first half.
Carter on the stop for the white shirt.
Be 2nd down and short. We'll see if the Cavaliers have any intention of getting to the line quickly. It looks like they'll take their time, bleed the clock out, go into halftime.
I'm not sure of the timeout situation.
They have 1 left.
It's Woodland Hills. I'm not sure if we know how many timeouts Woodland Hills has. They look content to just let this one run out.
Wolverines have not yet used a timeout in the contest, but they'll be happy to head into halftime with another lead. They've had many of them this season, haven't been able to hang on. But all signs point in positive directions. The offense has been so close to breaking this one open. The defense has preserved a shutout, as this will take us to halftime. Cavaliers not going to run another play. So our score at the half will be 8-0. Woodland Hills on top. Once again, the defense leading the way was Deontay Williams with a 25-yard run, punctuated by a 2-point conversion run by William Clark. That's where we stand right now. And Eric, all things aside, a lot of positives for the Wolverines, but you got to feel like the conversation going into halftime has to revolve around penalties.
Yeah, absolutely, Vince. That's it. I mean, the defense has been great. The offense has been, for the most part, spectacular moving the ball. They've had a couple drives that stalled out, a couple 3-and-outs, some miscommunications, some bad penalties. But other than that, they've been great. Deontay Williams has looked fantastic at quarterback. You know, but you're right. The penalties are still plaguing the Wolverines. 3 touchdowns on that drive, getting called back by penalties. And, you know, you just got to get up, brush yourselves off, and get out for the second half and eliminate those penalties. And I'm sure the athletic ability of the Wolverines can be enough to push them to victory tonight as long as they can eliminate those penalties.
The Wolverines will get the ball to start the second half. They have the 8-0 lead. They have been moving the ball well. Couple turnovers, couple penalties have stalled things out. But on the other end, that defense has just been oh so tough. What do you see down there that's going so well for the defensive unit?
They've been able to get a lot of pressure tonight, Vince. You know, the defensive line has done a great job getting that freshman quarterback Smith under pressure and getting him very uncomfortable back there. And I don't think he's used to seeing this much speed. You know, maybe in the Penn Hills game, another team has a lot of speed like the Wolverines. But, tonight Wolverines are just swarming to Smith and doing a great job of not letting him get any time back there. And same thing with the running game. Lander had some success on the ground for the Cavaliers, but overall, Wolverines have done a great job of bottling them up. And if they can continue that, things are looking good in the second half.
We do have an exciting second half in store for you. We will step aside and let the Woodland Hills Marching Band take the field. But when we return, it's 8-0 Woodland Hills on top of Kiski Area. You're tuned into the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored for your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Welcome back for our second half coverage. Kick is off and away, and a recovery by the Wolverines. They'll set up shop with great field position once again, entering the second half of this contest with an 8-0 lead here. We are in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania on a chilly October night at Richard J. Diltz Field, the new complex here for the Kiski Area Cavaliers. And it was a 25-yard run by Deontay Williams and a 2-point conversion by William Clark on the ground that got the scoring going in the first quarter. And we haven't seen anything yet since then. Clark will get the first carry of the second half, and he'll stumble his way to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 yards on first down. It'll make it second and a moderate 6 lines, or 6 to go. Rather. Some scores around the conference as we head into the second half of play. Baldwin up 13-0 on West Allegheny. Moon leads Peters Township 14-7. The Tigers looking to rebound after a loss last week. Mount Lebanon up 21-7 on Upper St. Clair. And at last update, Bethel Park up 3-0 on Chartiers Valley. A pass across the middle, no flags on the field, and a touchdown to start the third quarter. And once again, that quick strike offense converts quickly. That's Gavin Yarborough, who goes all the way, and that is a 45-yard touchdown reception.
Yeah, great job by Deontay Williams. Just a fantastic pass over the middle. Love to see the Wolverines going over the middle, using their speed, catching Gavin Yarborough in stride. Great grab by Yarborough, and just a fantastic way to start the second half for the Wolverines. Up 14-0 now, looking to make it 16-0.
Indeed, they'll keep the offense out on the field for the 2-point try to make it a 16-point game. Motion man is Armani Bailey. They'll hand it off to the second runner, though, and in without much issue is Taylon Brooks. And so a quick start by the offense, no flags on the field. Looks like whatever was talked about at halftime worked. And again, with less than a minute into the half, Wolverines with a score. So make it 16-0. Brooks with the 2-point
Ladies and
conversion.
gentlemen, next week, next Friday night, October the 11th, it's homecoming.
And we
here at Kiski
appreciate
Area.
you all joining us here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the
Tigers
Trib Live
from
High School Sports Network.
T-Sport
I'm Vince
Tigers.
Russo, Eric Schuley to my right, our talented crew. Happy to bring you tonight's presentation of WPIAL 5A football between the Kiski Area Cavaliers and your Woodland Hills Wolverines, who now have a commanding 2-score lead. And the big story tonight thus far, no Kenny Blake, no offense for these Cavaliers. Only a few first downs picked up. They started to have just a little bit of traction with the running game as Luke Lander was able to find some headway towards the end of that first half. But Eric, really nothing going for the offense for these Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think it's been a great combination of the Wolverines' defense along with a struggling Cavaliers offense. The defense has been swarming to the ball, coming into this game after 3 tough losses in a row. To see so much heart and so much effort from the Wolverines is very encouraging. Just a great job by the defense and the offense as well. As they could very easily be up by 3 scores right now.
A short kick, another line drive, and the up man just falls on it.
Nice recovery. Good hands.
So decent field position to start up around the 40-yard line for the Cavaliers, as it was number 4 falling on the ball, Braden Dunmeyer. You talk about that defense, Rodney Stubbs with a couple sacks in the first half, and that defensive line plugging up all the right holes, and really nothing going for the Cavaliers as they have been goose-egged thus far. 16-0 our score. We'll see what halftime adjustments Sam Albert and the Cavaliers made on offense. They'll go to the air here. They've got a man out on the left side, but they'll keep it with the check down on the right. That'll be a loss of yardage there. Beautiful form tackle. Looked like that was Stubbs in on the hit there. That pass corralled for a loss by number 7, Brock Wilkins. So the 6-foot sophomore is able to catch the ball, but he'll go backwards a yard, and so they move from the 39 to the 38. See if Woodland Hills can get a quick 3-and-out here, get that offense back on the field and break this one open. Big storyline for them. 3 penalties that took back touchdowns resulted in no points in their last drive of the half.
Nowhere to go.
Lander corralled behind the line. He is taken down by Stubbs and company.
Clark on the stop.
Clark was the first to get in there. The halfback playing a good bit of defense tonight, and so it'll be 3rd and long. Make it 13 with the ball at the 36-yard line.
Great time here for the Wolverines to establish their dominance and get a stop on 3rd down, get that ball back in the offense's hands and go right down the field again. This is a key 3rd down here for the defense.
They've done a good job creating 3rd and long situations. They have an interception that resulted of one early in this half. We'll see if they can get another. Rolling out to pass is the freshman. He'll try and run with it now. He gets away from a few, but is wrapped up and taken down at around the 45. And so on the 3rd and long, the defense bends but doesn't break it. A good job along that sidelines, not taking an illegal hit on the quarterback. 3 Wolverines got in there, wrapped up, and brought the ball carrier Smith to the ground. The freshman quarterback will step off the field, and the punt team will come on. And a good stop there to start by the Wolverines.
Yeah, great coverage there. Smith did not have many options, but the Wolverines did a great job of slamming the door shut on the options that he did have. Great coverage, and hopefully the Wolverines can get the ball back with good field position here.
Punt is off, no contact with the punter, no flags on the field. This one will tail on down inside the 15-yard line. And so the offense will go to work with a long field in front of it, but they cashed in quickly on the last drive. A 45-yard quick strike to Gavin Yarborough from Deontay Williams. Taylon Brooks carrying it in for 2 more, and we stand at a 16-0 ball game just 3 minutes into our second half of coverage here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
87 yards to go here, Vince, but the Wolverines can do it. You know, hopefully see them maybe establish a nice long drive here would be nice to see. You'd take a big play too, but it'd be certainly nice to see the Wolverines just wear down the Cavaliers here.
Wolverines will hand it off on first down, and Clark is wrapped up in the backfield. He got back to around the 10-yard line, but they'll mark him down at the 8, no forward progress, and so that'll be a costly loss of about 5 yards there. Good gang tackling there by the defense of the Cavaliers, and so second down and long now. 15 yards to go.
Yeah, they broke through that line quick there, and William Clark had absolutely nowhere to go and no time to even make a move. So tough first play there for Woodland Hills. Got to get out of this hole.
Williams will hand it off to Clark once again. Clark bounces it out to the right side. He'll have a long gain, but once again there's a flag on the field. So as Clark is pushed out between the 35 and 40-yard line, the flag will almost certainly signal a holding infraction. As Drake Scipio just kicked his cleat off at the 20-yard line. He's inspecting it. Now, if anyone has ever played on the artificial turf down there, those little black pellets get caught in your feet. I think he'd had enough of that, just decided, I'm going to take this off right here, right now.
Yeah, it looked like Scipio just had too many of those beads in his shoe. Had to get a little more comfortable out there, as he has been running many routes tonight. He's got to keep those legs fresh and keep those beads out of that shoe. But tough holding call there for the Wolverines yet again. And back them all the way back to the 3 now. Second and very long.
Second and a mile, or just about. See if they go Scipio's way. He spread out to the right, had a 30-something yard reception in that second quarter. And it'll be a false start. He got a head start on things. And they'll point the wideouts way. And it'll be a half the distance to the goal. But, hey, you can't go much further back. And this offense has been able to spring some big plays. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, Scipio just a little too eager there to get started on his route. He's got a nice height advantage over here on the near side. And, Wolverines have been able to exploit that a bit tonight. The coverage has been decent from the Cavaliers, but just the athletic ability and the speed of the Wolverines receivers has been a little bit too much. And you wonder if maybe you see the Wolverines go over the middle here again, maybe get that speed rolling and catch the Wolverines in stride as they did with Yarbaugh on that touchdown pass.
Well, they'll go with a 3-receiver set and look to pass it here. Williams is corralled down in the end zone. He was taken down. Looks like there's a penalty for intentional grounding. So that may just result in a safety here in the first points of the night, depending on the rules here at the high school level. Referee's having a conversation.
Let's take a look.
The flag is tossed in the end zone. It appears it will be intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding occurred. The result of the foul is a safety.
And it will indeed be a safety on the intentional grounding penalty. So that's one way to get on the board. It is now a 14-point game, and the Cavaliers will get the ball back with decent field position. So the Wolverines again
Yeah, yet again, the penalties hurting the Wolverines. Vince, a great run, got him out of the hole, but then the refs threw the flag on a holding. Again, in high school, we don't know who the holding is on, so unfortunately, you have to trust the word of the officials, and then the false start by Scipio, and then that intentional grounding there, and just all tumbling down there on that series for the Wolverines. But, that's the only way the Cavaliers have been able to generate any points tonight, so hopefully the defense can stand strong here and get the ball back into the offense's hands, and if they get some better field position, I'm sure they can get rolling yet again.
The Cavaliers get on the board, they're also getting the ball.
So they'll set up for the free kick at around the 20-yard line. Deep to return will be McCann, or no, Luke Lander. Kyrell Hutcherson also back for the Cavaliers. And so a short kick is taken by Hutcherson. He fair catches it at the 45-yard line.
Fair catches the ball at the 45-yard line.
And so Cavaliers will go to work with decent field position, 55 yards to go here.
Cavaliers set up shop. 5 yards short of the
We'll see if the offense can finally figure out this Wolverines defense, which has been so stifling thus far. Or will it be the Wolverines that will continue to hassle the freshman Smith back there on the backfield? They've got Lander split to his left. A big formation with just one wide out to the right, all signaling a run play. But it will be a pass. They fake it, go over the top, and that one is dropped. Pressure forced an errant throw, and the receiver, Dunmeyer, was only able to get one hand on it.
Yeah, it looked like Jeremy Thomas may have been able to get his hand up there and get a piece of that one for the Wolverines, which
take another look.
Caused the pass to fall incomplete.
The Big Panther 45.
And so 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. 16-2 the score after the safety. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, going with a pistol formation. Running back gets the ball. That's Lander. Again, he gets a little bit of daylight, but is wrapped up quickly before he sees midfield. He'll be down at about the 47-yard line. They'll mark him officially at the 48. So he'll get 3 on the play, bring up 3rd and 7. And still, really no running room through this Wolverines defense. See if they can't get another big 3rd down stop here. Get that offense back on the field.
Yeah, defense got to come through here, get a stop, get some pressure on Smith. You got to be expecting the pass here. So you got to limit those options and try and get him frazzled back there and maybe get another sack.
So here we go. Ball at the 48-yard line. Again, they'll go with a heavy set. We'll see if they go with the pass. They'll run it with Lander. He has some room up over the left side. Has a little bit of running room. He gets out towards that marker. They'll mark him down right at the 45, and they'll give him the 1st down. It looked like it was going to be close, but when you play at your own friendly confines, you tend to get a break or two here or there.
Yeah, certainly. It's been more than 1 or 2 breaks tonight for the Cavaliers. Certainly everything has seemed to go their way when it comes to ball placement and flags, but the Wolverines have to overcome that adversity, and certainly some of it has been self-inflicted for Woodland Hills, so they got to move past that and get a stop now.
So just, I believe their 2nd 1st down of the night. They'll go with the screen pass, but the Wolverines are all over that, and they'll drop the running back way back at the 49-yard line, and so going nowhere quickly is Brock Wilkins. He'll lose 6 on the play, make it 2nd down and 16.
Yeah, it's a great job by Woodland Hills reading that screen so well, not letting Wilkins get anywhere there, as you saw several Wolverines swarm into that ball. They did not get fooled there.
The Blue Boys at their own 49-yard line.
So one wide out, way out to the left. Jason Baker stands at 6'8", Lander able to get a little more running room. He's able to bully his way inside the 50, gets across midfield down towards the 45, mark it officially at the 46, so he almost gets back all the yardage from the first down loss, and so it'll be 3rd down and long. See if the Cavaliers go to the air or once again keep it on the ground with Lander, as they've started to have a little bit of success getting the ball towards the sidelines, outside of the hashes, with the halfback who is in place of Kenny Blake, who is coming off of a 3-touchdown, almost 200-yard performance, but is not in the lineup this week. And once again, Wolverines with issues staying on sides, the defensive line. That's been an issue this year. They'll jump a little early, and so now it'll be 3rd down and 6 instead of 3rd down and 11. Ball will be placed at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, big difference in yardage there, going from a 3rd and long 11 to 6 now, and just something you really can't do if you're Woodland Hills. And too many of those penalties tonight for the Wolverines. They've really struggled when it comes to those pre-snap penalties and penalties in general. But again, you know, they've still only given up 2 points on that safety and a chance here to get another stop.
See what the Cavaliers draw up here. They'll run it up the gut with Lander, and he's able to get enough. He'll get down to around the 30-yard line, about the 31-yard line. And so Kiski putting together a drive here. The Cavaliers with 2 first downs on the ground.
Finally with a stop.
Yeah, really the only success the Cavaliers offense has had tonight has been with Lander, and he has looked great for them. I mean, I don't think they're losing much from certainly not having Blake is a big loss for them, their top player. But Lander has done a great job when he's had the ball in his hands for the Cavaliers.
If they have any shot at a victory tonight, it'll be on his shoulders, it appears. Wolverines trying to get another stop here. Lander with more room to run. He runs into his own man, and he'll get down inside the 20-yard line. And so the Cavaliers with their first trip into the red zone, and really their first sign of life offensively. You have to wonder if that Wolverines defense, even with the rest at halftime, might be getting just a little bit fatigued with the amount of time they've been on the field tonight. Now it appears the Wolverines will call a timeout to call attention to things on the defensive side, as the Cavaliers have put together a little bit of a drive. See what adjustments can be made. What are you seeing down there, Eric?
And, you know, it's just more of the same. Lander's the only thing that the Cavaliers are having success with, and all the penalties that the Wolverines are committing. It's so much trouble for the Wolverines with these penalties. They've given the Cavaliers so much, and still the Cavaliers only have 2 points on the board, miraculously. I'm not sure how, with how many penalties the Wolverines have committed, unfortunately. But, you know, like I said, there's still plenty of time left, and you still have a 14-point lead. So no reason to get down about things right now. The defense just has to get a stop.
Well, most of those penalties have been for the Wolverines on the offensive side of the ball. There certainly have been some bugaboos in the way of running into the punter or jumping off sides, but all in all, Tim Bostard's squad cleaning things up a bit. They've put themselves in good position here with a 2-score lead midway through the 3rd quarter, and we'll see if they can put the clamp down here with the Cavaliers threatening. Ball placed on the left hash, squarely at the 20-yard line. They've got an opportunity with the ball in the red zone for the first time in this contest. See if they give it to Lander again. They will. They'll run him to the right side. He has more running room, and he's down inside the 15. A gain of at least 7 as he's down to the 13-yard line.
Nice pickup on first down.
So it'll be 2nd and short.
For the visitors.
Lander finding some running room. The senior trying to will these Cavaliers back into the game. Kiski Area 3-3 on the season, trying to go above 500. Wolverines looking for that elusive first victory. They've lost their last 3 games by just a combined 8 points. They've been oh so close. See what happens here on 2nd and short. They'll run it again, and they'll get another first down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll mark it dead at around the 8-yard line. So a fresh set of downs to work with for the Cavaliers. That Wolverines defense showing a few signs of fatigue. See if they can't muscle up a goal line stand here.
Yeah, defense has to key in on Lander all the way. I mean, you know he's getting the ball, and if he doesn't go to the ball, you just adjust. But you got to key in on Lander all the way because you know he's getting it.
Wolverines will bring pressure. Lander gets out to the right side, and he may have gotten one or two, but a good stop there by the Wolverines on 1st and goal to go.
Yeah, nice job containing Lander there. He made a nice cut, but only was able to get about an extra yard or two after that cut. So knows the football right about the 5-yard line here as we close in on just about 2.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
And so the gain officially 3. Ball is indeed at the 5-yard line, now on the right hash. 2nd down, goal to go. They'll keep it with the same pistol formation. 1 receiver out left. And again, it is Lander. This time he's wrapped up and going nowhere fast, may have even lost a yard.
Yeah, nice job by the Wolverines to stuff Lander there. It looked like maybe a little bit of trouble on the handoff from Smith to Lander there. A little hesitation. Was able to give the Wolverines a little more time to get some penetration, but nonetheless, they had that hole clogged up quick.
So 3rd down and goal in what is likely 4-down territory. So the Cavaliers do have a bit of a kicking game. We'll see if they keep it on the ground with Lander here, if they decide to go to the air. They'll send the lineman in motion once again. Snap, fake. Strolling out to the left, looking to pass. Now they're going to run. Ball inside the 5. Smith trying to find some running room. He stood up, and he's able to fall forward for a few. And it appears he'll be at the 2-yard line. We'll see what happens here. What do you think, Eric? Do you go for it? You go for 3, you go for 6?
Oh, I would go for 6 for sure. The way they've been running the ball with Lander, I'm surprised they didn't give him the ball right there. They tried to put it in the air, and luckily Smith was able to, look like he was just gliding through Wolverines there as he was able to get a few extra key yards to make this a much more manageable 4th and goal from the 2.
A big play here. Wolverines trying to preserve a 2-score lead. It is 4th down and goal. They'll snap it forward. They'll give it to Lander. Lander dives forward. Did he get it? No, the ball comes out. They're marking him down, but I don't think he got into the end zone. And so the Wolverines have come up big on 4th down. They'll have the ball deep in their own territory with some work to do after they just gave up the safety on the last possession. But all things considered, that's a whole heck of a lot better than giving up 6 there to Lander and company on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, great defensive stand there, Vince. You said it. You know, to get the ball back in your hands is huge with 41 seconds left here in the third. But now you got to turn your attention to the offensive side of the ball, and you got to get some breathing room here. That is key because, like you said, Wolverines susceptible to that safety, as it happened last time on the intentional grounding in the end zone. And Coach Tim Bossard wisely going to take a timeout here to just get his guys ready for what's going to be a tough task here.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the 2nd timeout called already by the Wolverines. Luckily, they are in the lead at the moment, but those timeouts are crucial to have late in the game. But you know what, Eric? It's also important to make sure you have the play call right in your own end zone.
Exactly, Vince. That's why I think that was the right move there to take the timeout. Just, after all that excitement of stopping the Cavaliers on 4th down, you got to just regroup and get some breathing room, like I said, and get this ball out on this first play is key. You got to get this ball out to around the 4 or 5 or 6 yard line at least to give your offense some room with the ball.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities.
We'll see what they draw up here on first down. And if they give the ball to Clark, who has once again had a stellar evening running the ball, has had some long runs, a few called back on penalties, but a few that have stood. He's had runs well over 30 yards tonight. We'll see if they give him the ball once again. They are inside their own 1 yard line. First down and 10. And they will run it with Clark. Clark has plenty of running room. He's got one man to beat. That's McCann. McCann taking the angle, but he's up over the 50. He makes him miss. There's no flags on the field, and he is gone. William Clark. Oh, mama, he's a bad, bad man. That is a 99.5-yard touchdown run by William Clark.
It's got to be a Woodland Hills record there, Vince, 99. And like you said, I give him that extra half because that ball was at the half-yard line. Just an insane run there by William Clark off the left tackle there to just take that ball all the way. And a great move there because they definitely had the angle on Clark, did the Cavaliers. And as you see right there on the replay, great job by William Clark all the way, taking it to the house and just taking pretty much all the life out of the Cavaliers with one play like that.
So one moment we look as though Kiski is a few inches away from getting back into the game, and instead it is a big-time touchdown. William Clark, potentially the dagger. The two-point try is no good. As the pass across the middle there, incomplete. But take one more look. An incredible 99-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, to me, it's no surprise. William Clark has had success all season running the ball, and you got to give it to him there. And it was great to just get William Clark the ball. I think that was the right move to make. You don't want to try and try and pass the ball there. It would have been rough because they were getting some penetration. So you do the right move, get the ball to William Clark, and he's your hard, tough runner. And not only does he get the Wolverines breathing room, but he gets them to the house for a huge 6 points there. Unfortunately, the two-point conversion falls short, but you still got a 20-point lead here with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Wolverines have blown this one open here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa. And Eric, you said it yourself, the ground game has been such a force for this team, and Kiski now has to look at a 3-score difference as we head towards the fourth quarter. Just 26 seconds left in this third. They're going to have to air it out if they want to get back in this one because there's just not enough time to keep it on the ground.
Exactly. They've had success with Lander, and that's been great for them, especially on that last drive, but now you're down by 3 scores, so you're right. You got to put the ball in the air. You got to watch to see if they're going to go to their big target and see if the Wolverines secondary can stop that.
So 26 seconds left in the third quarter. The Wolverines kicking team out to get this one started. Deontay Williams set to give this one a boot, and again he'll just top it. That'll be taken by the up man. He gets away from the first hit but is wrapped up just over the 40-yard line.
To the 42.
Still on his feet is Braden Dunmeyer. Few words being exchanged by both teams as things get a little heated down there. I don't think they're making weekend plans, that's for sure.
Yeah, after a big play like that, a big stop by Woodland Hills, and then a big play by William Clark and the offensive line, it's going to frustrate Kiski and it's going to get Woodland Hills excited. So now you just got to make sure you don't let off a big play here if you're Woodland Hills. Keep doing what you're doing and stop this pass. If that is what Kiski goes to, you never know. They still got a whole quarter. They might stick with the ground game a little bit because that's really the only thing they've had success with at all.
See if they continue to call Lander's number. He almost single-handedly got them down the field, but he didn't get the 1 yard that mattered the most. On the QB keeper, a big hit there, and Smith has stood up. After a spin move and a nice initial surge, he gets about 4 or 5 yards. That will do it for the third quarter. We'll head to the fourth with a 22-2 lead. Stubbs and the defense holding tight. They've posted a shutout. The only points for the Cavaliers came off of a safety there midway through the third, but it's been all Wolverines tonight on both sides of the ball. Taking a look back at the scoring that got us here, Deontay Williams kicked things off in the first drive with a 25-yard run to the right. William Clark punctuated it with a 2-point run. Made things 8-0 in the first. Then coming out of the break, as that was our halftime score, Deontay Williams going up through the air. He's had a couple nice completions on the evening, but he was able to get Yarborough in stride for 45 yards and a touchdown. Taylon Brooks was able to get in for the 2-point conversion. That made it 16-0. Deontay Williams was wrapped up in the end zone, decided to just try and give one a ride, but no receivers were in the area, and so it was intentional grounding, led to a safety. Cavaliers got the ball back, drove it down to the 1-yard line, but were unable to get into the end zone. And so the Wolverines took over at their own one, and William Clark went the rest of the way. 99.5 yards for the score. And that's where we are now. The 2-point try was no good. And now on second down, Lander is able to get a nice push up there towards that first down marker, and I believe he has a Cavaliers first down. So the first time tonight we've seen 2 successive drives with first downs for the Cavaliers. But as we've said, is the offense too little too late? That clock's going to continue to wind here as we're in our final 12 minutes of play.
It's pretty amazing, I got to say, Vince, what Lander's been able to do. You know, the offensive line isn't only blocking for him, or the running game has struggled besides Lander, and he has looked like a force out there. But Wolverines just got to stop it now because they can't keep giving him the ball in this situation down by 20.
They go deep and over the top, and the receiver stopped running. A miscommunication there, and so Jason Baker, the 6'8 receiver, lost that one up in the lights. And so it'll now be second down and 10 as the Cavaliers try and go to the air raid game with just 11.5 minutes left, down 20 points.
Yeah, he's got that size of former Wolverine receiver Wes Lyons, and he was always a big threat for the Wolverines years ago. And Baker, got to watch him now, as I'm sure Kiski's going to look to go his way to try and steal one here.
Second down.
Got quite the height advantage there on the outside. They'll keep it with McCann on this play. He's wrapped up, but a flag comes out, a definite face mask on the play. Wolverines clapping, but I'm not sure they saw the face mask grab there.
Yeah, just got a little bit of that face mask, but it certainly was by the Wolverines. And a few officials throwing that flag, eager to make that call to give the Cavaliers a first down there. And Wolverines, again, got to fight through it. That's just something that's going to happen. Hands are everywhere, and, you accidentally grab a face mask. But defense got to stand strong here.
That it has thus far this evening. No points allowed by the defense. See if they can continue that solid work, as that penalty marches the Cavaliers down to around the 31-yard line, where they will have first down and 10. Trailing by 20 here. Almost certainly need 6 here if they want to get back in this one. First down run will be McCann. McCann able to find a little crease. And he'll go forward towards the 25, mark him down at the 27, so a 4-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, you got to think the approach for Kiski here is, they've been able to run the ball decently other than Lander. Lander has been the cream of the crop, so they're going to go to him as much as they can, but they know they really have had no success whatsoever putting the ball in the air, so they're just going to try and run this ball quick, and probably if they could score here, you got to think they might do an onside kick attempt, because they don't really have enough time to keep running the ball and get 3 possessions the traditional way.
We'll keep it on the ground, and McCann takes a huge hit there after almost losing his balance behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like he got stopped a yard short of the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring down 3rd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Certainly 4-down territory here for the Cavaliers, so they got 2 chances to get this 6 yards as we hit the 10-minute mark left in this one, so the defense got to stop the Cavaliers here and get the ball back in the offense's hands.
Thomas Burke, the sophomore, checks into the game. Burke has played quarterback at different points in the season. He'll take the snap here. He's going to run it. Finds a little crease up the middle, but he will not have enough for the first down.
Looked like Rodney Stubbs there on the tackle. Just a great job to wrap up there and not let him get anything more.
So Burke steps over to the sidelines. He'll remain the main signal caller here on 4th down. Burke's numbers on the season thus far: he's 14 of 24 for 124 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on the season at the quarterback position.
Yeah, it looks like Smith getting attended to over here on the near side as we have Kiski on our near sideline. And something must have happened on the last series for Smith. But big 4th down here for the Wolverines defense. 9 minutes left in this one.
See if they can get another stop, and it looks like there was movement up front. Couple blue jerseys getting a little overzealous, and so that makes 4th and 3, now 4th and 8. Ball will be marked at the 29-yard line, and that certainly changes the play call and what you probably end up doing here. Tend to think the Cavaliers will have to go to the air here. Burke has not yet thrown a pass tonight. We'll see if him coming in off the sidelines on what has been a really cold night. Shout out to Joe Slick for the hand warmers over here.
No, Joe Slick always coming through, and he even has more for us, Vince.
Taking good care of us here. Play clock down under 5 seconds. I don't think they're going to get this one off. They call the timeout smartly in time to make sure that they don't tack another 5 on. The Cavaliers now shooting themselves in the foot as they're running out of time with 8:29 left in this 4th quarter to get back into this one.
Yeah, I got to say, Vince, that 99.5-yard touchdown run by William Clark was just a great way for the Wolverines to rebound. You know, you deal with those penalties, and you're able to stop the Cavaliers from getting in the end zone on such a close play there. And then not only do you stop them, but then you fire back on the first play with a huge touchdown run by senior William Clark. He is just such a leader on this team, and just such a great he just such a great job to show his athletic ability there and take that ball 99 yards. There aren't many guys who can do that, especially at the high school level.
Well, you might even dare to say that's a pretty strong candidate for the State Senator Jay Costa play one of the Lanigan Funeral Homes play of the game.
I think you're right about that one, Vince.
Got to get the sponsorships right. So it's 4th down and 8. They'll roll out to the right. Burke will go to the air. He lofts this one up over the middle, had a man, but that one is well overthrown. So a turnover on downs. And things looking more and more promising for the Wolverines as they tread towards their first victory of the season. See if they keep it on the ground here to chew up some of that clock.
Yeah, number one thing now here is ball security. You know, whether it's William Clark or Armani Bailey or Taylon Brooks or Deontay Williams, whoever's holding that ball for the Wolverines, like you said, Vince, sure it's going to be kept on the ground, but you just got to hold on to that ball and make sure you do not lose it. No fumbles.
Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seaman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit OwenTheLawyer.com. A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
8:24, the official time on the game clock. The play clock down to 13 seconds. And so the Wolverines take over at the 29, but it appears there is a false start on the offense. So march back 5 more. Gives Coach Tim Boston a chance to speak with his quarterback, or rather the receiver. It's Armani Bailey getting the play call in. You see another look there of the infraction.
Yeah, I see Taylor Brooks just get a little too eager there. It's going to happen.
We'll see if they go his way. They've got 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. A running back on each side. And the carry is up the middle by Brooks. Brooks able to find some running room. We'll see if he's able to stay in bounds as he is dragging Cavaliers towards that first down marker. And it appears he has enough. He'll move the chains. And that clock will continue to run as we are dipping under 8 minutes left in this contest. And if the Wolverines are going to win their first game of the season, it's going to have come off the backs of these linemen who have been able to clear out space for these running backs. And they just might have enough to salt this one away.
Yeah, they've done a great job all night, Vince. Jeremy Thomas, DeJuan Howes, Keyshawn Frazier, Savon Givner, Julius Brown. Great job of opening holes all night for no matter what running back has been in there for the Wolverines.
Meyer with a big stop there. No gain on first down. So draw it up again here on 2nd down, 10 to go. Ball at the 39-yard line. Wolverines doing a good job of letting this clock continue to wind. They have dominated the time of possession game. They've dominated the field position game. They've controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They've set themselves up in position as long as they can take care of the ball to get out of here with a win. But a hold along the sidelines will negate this run by Williams. Pretty clear penalty along the sidelines. Looked like it was against the receiver for the Wolverines. And so the Wolverines will see this one marched backwards, and the clock will stop at 6:51, which is probably the more pressing part of that.
Yeah, just not really necessary there. Threats on the hold there on you know what he's trying to do, create a little bit more space for his man Jeffrey Williams, but you know, they've been very eager to throw flags tonight. And anything they see, they're going to get it right out in open space like that. They're going to call that one every time.
Zachary threats the guilty party. And so 2nd and 21 now at the 28-yard line. They'll hand this one off. And again with a lot of running room, this is Brooks. He puts on the Jets, and he will not be caught. Brooks puts this one away for the Wolverines. He is gone, and that one a 72-yard run just moments after the 99-yard run by William Clark, and all the Wolverines running backs getting in on the action tonight.
Yeah, just a great job by Taylor Brooks. You know, that wasn't for sure a thing. He had to make a couple moves there, and then you saw his speed. Man, he just flying away from the Cavaliers. You see how much ability Taylor Brooks already has an offer from Central Michigan. You know he's going to get some more D1 looks. So Taylor Brooks, just a great job there for the Wolverines to really, really put the nail in the coffin.
They will try the kick this time, as it is Matique. High snap, though. This one gets away. Now looking to pass it. Williams able to get flushed out. He throws it up over the top. But no one home over that way. The intended receiver unable to get up for that one. And so we will stand at 28-2. As it looked like it was an illegal man downfield. That tend to happens when a play gets broken up like that on the PAT, and you got a lineman standing in the back of the end zone. That one's usually coming back.
Right. You see, last week the Wolverines on a broken play scored a touchdown. A great job by Deontay Williams to get the ball to Keon Perkins for a big TD for the Wolverines. Got called back because of an eligible man downfield. Same type of thing, you know, broken plays. That's going to happen, but. Hey, Wolverines up 28-2 right now after a big run by Taylor Brooks, and you're feeling good with 6:40 left here, and see if the defense can keep up what they're doing and keep their shutout on the board.
Wolverines took it to the Cavaliers last year as well with a 47-0 drubbing at the Wolverina. And they've taken that and the positive momentum from 3 close calls in the past week. And there is very little doubt now that the Wolverines, are headed and on a collision course for their first victory of the season. And such a good feeling for these kids that have worked so hard and been so close. I mean, Eric, you saw the reactions of the players after that West Allegheny contest. As a flag here on the kickoff. But my goodness, broken hearts, players on the field after a dramatic 1-point loss in overtime. Good to see this team come out and really put together a complete effort. And at this point, leave very little doubt that they'll be walking away with a victory tonight.
Exactly, Vince. You know, that was such a heartbreaking loss. And like we said, just 3 weeks in a row, tough losses. But they rebound so well tonight, looking fantastic on both sides of the ball. Other than penalties, penalties were a big problem for Woodland Hills tonight. But they were able to fight through that adversity, and they showed how much athletic ability and talent they have by being up right now by 26 points in spite of all of those penalties. You know, you got to get ready because next week is going to be tough. Another non-conference matchup, but it is against a tough 6A Seneca Valley team at the Wolverina.
They will at least be taking some good momentum and some good feelings into that one after what has been a dominant performance thus far. A short kick there recovered by the Cavaliers, and so they will have it in enemy territory. They'll set up shop at the Woodland Hills 47, and if they've got any hope at all, they're going to have to get this one going quickly as they're down 26 with not a whole lot of time left on the board. 6 minutes, 38 seconds. They'll get this one off. Snaps a little bit high. Burke flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run with this one, and he's wrapped up by Armani Bailey after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, not too much running room there. Good job by the Wolverine defense. You know, I think it says a lot to me, Vince. Yeah, I know that Cavaliers are missing their best player in Kenny Blake, and Wolverines missing arguably their best player in Joshua Rawlings. But, you know, Penn Hills barely beat this team in Kiski, and while they did have Blake, Wolverine defense has been stingy all night. So it just shows you how this the record of the Wolverines is not indicative of all of how good of a team they actually are.
Cavaliers with some confusion there on the play, getting things set up. It was again the receiver, Jason Baker, who, putting it nicely, has been sort of lost out there by himself over towards the sidelines all night. Even on the one throw where they went to him, he ran the wrong route, didn't really know what was going on. And that has handicapped this offense, as we've said, without that. A competent passing game in any facet without Kenny Blake in the backfield. Just 2 points offensive, or not at all actually, 2 points off of an intentional grounding by the offense. No points by the offense, and really no signs of life except for the one drive that they got down to the one. Here, a nice toss though, and McCann gets tossed out of bounds inside the 35. That will move the chains. And advantageous to get out of bounds, so with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left, McCann gets his first real productive run of the evening.
Yeah, nice pitch there from Kiski to get that ball out to McCann at the last second. Able to get a nice extra, probably about 10 yards even on that after the pitch. Kiski on the move now just outside the 30-yard line of Woodland Hills.
So they'll set up shop on the right hash, the 31-yard line. They'll hand this one off to McCann again. He tries to spin away, but is wrapped up by a couple Wolverines, and he'll gain nothing on the play, may have even gone backwards. McCann, showing of good sportsmanship, helps up the Wolverines defender. And that clock continues to wind.
Now again, this another thing shows you how crucial conference play can be in terms of who you're playing. You know, Woodland Hills is playing in such a tough conference, and Kiski having some success in their conference, and you know, makes you wonder if Woodland Hills was in a different conference, you know, a little easier schedule, they might be in a different situation right now, playing tough team after tough team. is Woodland Hills.
Through the gauntlet. McCann again with the carry. He'll gain a few, but is taken down quickly. Tackle on the play by Idris Goodlock, 5'11 senior, 188 pounds.
Yeah, Goodlock has done a great job for the Wolverines at linebackers. Played a lot last year and this year. Just a good tackler, along with Milton Stubbs at the linebacker position, in addition to a few other Wolverines filling in there.
Now Blake will drop back to pass on third down. Has a back shoulder throw and a man open. This one's caught inside the 10-yard line. The Wolverines will push back. It'll be down at about the 12. A nice grab there on sort of a free ball there. Just sort of threw it up. The receiver made the adjustment, was able to come back for it. Take another look. Blake to Hutcherson.
Yeah, almost couldn't believe that one was completed. And you got to wonder if Antoine Meredith had turned around there, he probably would have been able to pick that one off, but he didn't. And unfortunately for the Wolverines, it's a completion for Kiski.
Cavaliers moving the ball once again, but is it too little too late? The clock now down to 3 minutes. Cavaliers still have a few timeouts left, but they're not using them just yet. They'll huddle up here with a second down and 5. Ball at the 9-yard line.
For Cavaliers.
They will need to get to around the 4-yard line. Snap and the handoff to McCann again. Again, no running room for McCann, but he's able to bounce away from a few and trudges his way forward down to near the 6-yard line. And so it'll bring up a 3rd and short situation.
Yeah, surprising there, Vince, that he was even able to get those couple yards. You're right, it looked like he was bottled up quickly, but able to power his way forward for a couple key yards for Kiski to create a little bit more of a manageable 3rd down now.
So there is I believe a Cavalier down on the field. Not sure who that is. We'll keep our eyes peeled. But an injured Kiski Area Cavalier on the field. And what is a 3rd down upcoming gives both teams a chance to talk things over. Hopefully the young man is A-OK.
Homecoming next week.
We'll keep you posted.
October the 11th.
As you said, a tough road ahead. Kiski, or not for Kiski, Woodland Hills playing Seneca Valley next week. A tough 6A out-of-conference opponent. And then a couple conference matchups to end the year. They'll have Moon at the Wolverina. But we're already nearing, sort of the finish line of this season, as they'll take to the road on October 25th to wrap things up with Chartiers Valley. And so a tough slate. Moon has been tough so far this season. Chartiers Valley, a team that has struggled mightily thus far. As we take a look at the northern standings, see Kiski in the thick of things there, right behind Mars, fighting with Hampton for a playoff spot. They won that head-to-head matchup, which bodes incredibly well for the Cavaliers, who set up shop here at 3rd and 4 on the 7. Fake the pass. Now the quarterback, Burke, will move the ball forward. He tucks it forward.
Very close to
we'll
the
see if he got enough for the 1st down marker. It's going to be close. So far, no signal.
4th down.
And so it will be 4th down. Wolverines make a slew of defensive changes here. A lot of substitutions coming in. Some fresh bodies for another 4th down and goal-to-go situation. They had a big stop on the 1-yard line that set up the 99-yard run by William Clark. We'll see if they can do it again here and what the play call will be. It is 4th and 1 at the 4-yard line. They'll hand this one off, and it looks like they will get enough for the 1st down, but the back was tossed backwards. Wolverines
very close.
Are signaling like they made the stop. We'll see what the official call is. Clock stops with 84 seconds left. Take another look.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any signal from the officials on the field. And they're going to give them the 1st down, it looks like, as the chains are going to hit the ground. Or no? Looked like the chains were going to hit the ground, but now they're not. It looks like the Wolverines' offense is coming onto the field. I just honestly assumed they were going to give it to Kiski in this situation, but Wolverines, another big stop here at the end to preserve this defensive shutout.
We'll see what they do here with the ball at the 4. Hard to take a knee without kneeing into your own end zone, so likely they'll hand it off to Clark or one of the backs. That one wrapped up with hardly any gain. Looks like they may have even been pushing backwards. And so ball will be officially placed with forward progress around the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as that clock continues to run. It should be just a few more plays here. The Wolverines on the board with their first victory of the season. They'll move to 1-6 on the year. Still winless in conference play. They have to wait another couple weeks for that first opportunity against the Moon Tigers. Kiski Area, the Cavaliers fall to 3-4 on the season. They remain 2-3 in Northern Conference action. And so that should just about do it. The clock continues to wind. The crowd collects their things. People move towards the exits. And Tim Bossard and company have their first victory of the season here on the road. The sidelines getting a little rowdy, and good to see the Wolverines with a little bit of swagger here.
Certainly is. You know, after some very tough losses, so much heart and effort put into all these games for the Wolverines, and tonight they come out victorious. Great effort by the offense and the defense. The defense pitching the shutout, the only points surrendered from that safety on the intentional grounding in the end zone. Great job overall by the Wolverines in all facets, and Deontay Williams again, the very talented sophomore, stepping in at quarterback again for his 2nd straight start, doing a wonderful job, made some great passes for the Wolverines, and just a great win for Woodland Hills.
Indeed, a big win for the Wolverines, their first on the season. As we said, they moved to 1-6 on the year. On the other side, Kiski falls to 3-4. And so as we look at our player of the game, we'll start there. A lot of options tonight, Eric. We haven't had time. We don't have any breaks tonight. We're just sort of rolling with things. Who you got? Who you going with tonight?
Well, I think I want to switch it up, and I think I'd like to go with Tariq Scipio, give him some love. You know, just a great catcher on the sideline. Obviously, they didn't score on that when it got caught, the catch around the 3-yard line, but he's been a great threat for the Wolverines on the offensive side of the ball. You know, certainly so many great efforts, like you said, William Clark, Deontay Williams at quarterback, Taylon Brooks, but give a little love to Tariq Scipio as he goes both ways. You know, he plays defensive back as well, some safety. Just does so much for this team, does Scipio. Very talented junior for Woodland Hills, and I loved what I saw from him tonight, but, you know, you could go in multiple directions.
Scipio, the State Senator Jay Costa player of the game. On the other side, the Patrick T. Lanigan play of the game, the Funeral Home play of the game. Hard to go with anything but the 99-yard touchdown run by William Clark. That really was something special.
Oh, it really was, Vince. Like I said, had to break a record for Woodland Hills or match a record. I'm not sure, but just 99.5 yards. It was just a great run overall. And, you know, you got to give some love also, I must say, to the defense. William Clark did a great job on defense, as did the whole defense. And like I said, Tariq Scipio doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball. But back to that play, it wasn't a given off the bat. You know, he accelerated, but then to make that last move there past, I think it was McCann, just great by William Clark, showed his athleticism, and again, just a great job by Woodland Hills tonight to get that first victory.
No shortage of great performances. Rodney Stubbs with a few sacks on the defensive side of the ball. They were in the quarterback's face all night. They limited Kiski Area to 2 points overall. The defense allowed 0. You also have to look at Taylon Brooks, a 2-point conversion, a 72-yard touchdown run where he really had to turn on the jets to elude multiple Cavaliers. But nonetheless, it is a 28-2 victory for your Wolverines here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. On behalf of all of our talented crew, for Eric Schuley, I'm Vince Russo. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Today's broadcast of Wolverine football was presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, the law offices of Owen Seaman, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek, Bush Brothers Car Care, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, and ABOS Opticians. This broadcast has been a presentation of A.W. Gusky Productions and LG3 Entertainment. Copyright 2019.